Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review of Married at First Sight Season 14, Episode 18, called Boston Reunion Part 1. Uh we finally got here and we still got a whole other week of this. So Kevin Frazier, he's back. Of course, we didn't expect him to not be here. But I am surprised that he's actually in the studio with the cast, the producers, the experts that we're going to see next week, making excuses for why they did what they did with these damn 10 people. Yeah, I'm surprised he's in there. So he's there, he's like, all right, COVID kind of going down a little bit, even though it's kind of not. But, I feel comfortable. I got my vaccine shots, I got my booster. I'm ready to sit with these crazy ass people I've been watching for like half a year. So everyone, they look nice and whatnot. Alyssa, dark as hell. Her tan, I don't know if that's what she was going for, but I'm just like, nah, you did a little too much spray tan. I don't know who you was trying to impress on this reunion. But keep your natural. I don't understand what's wrong with having your natural skin tone. Why this harsh tan? Don't know. Katina, you look okay. Thank you for changing your wig, but it was not hitting. It was not giving what it was supposed to give. So, back to the drawing board. But the dress was nice, kind of. But someone mentioned on Twitter that the couples that were matching were the ones that stayed together, and I'm like, you picked up on that. I didn't because I was just like, this is 2 hours. Let me just, hopefully this goes through quickly. But it kind of didn't. It did, but it didn't at the same time. But we're going to start off with Alyssa. So she admitted that she lied to the girls when they were on the honeymoon about her and Chris doing well. And said she lied because she didn't want them to know about what was going on, even though they asked what was going on. But she didn't want to admit that it was going so terrible for her until like literally the end of the honeymoon. But we don't really care about her. She's still denying that she wanted to live in the apartment just to live in the apartment and to be with her friends, because she admitted that on camera. Please, producers, let's roll the receipts. She did say, okay, she wants to be there so she can still hang out with her friends, which is the girls on the cast of this season. But she's saying, no, that's not the reason. It's because she lives far away from the apartment, so it just made sense for them to alternate. That still kind of didn't. Listen, I really wasn't listening to nothing Alyssa was trying to say. Because at the end of the day, Alyssa, we left you in episode 3-4. So I didn't really listen to what Alyssa was trying to say. Okay, let me just be honest. So the notes here are a little jumbled because I could care less. I really could. But she made some excuse for not, for wanting to live in the apartment. Nobody believed her, of course. So we're going to move on to them talking about Lindsay and Steve. I was trying to say beef, but it came out Steve. Lindsay and Steve's beef. Him making the little joke about her when they was at the couples retreat. Like, oh, you started the situation on the plane to, where did they go to? Puerto Rico? They went there? I don't even remember. Listen, it don't even matter, okay? He mentioned something. Of course, Lindsay got pissed. She was drinking. She was coming for him, telling Noy, you better check your man. Did Noy check her man? No, because she can't speak up for her damn self. So, Steve was like, he apologized to show the receipts that he apologized. But at the same time, Lindsay be talking too damn much. I guess Noy done told Lindsay on a plane back to the US of the A that her and Steve done had sex. So I guess Lindsay done told people and producers that she telling them that Noy and Steve had sex. So Lindsay, of course, she denying it. Lindsay denies any bad thing that she do. She delusional as hell. I don't know why she. We're gonna get there. I'm this part one really has me in a confuddle. It really does. But it is what it is. We're gonna roll with the punches. Okay. I know these last 5 minutes have been a whirlwind for you. I understand. I apologize. But there's quite a few things we got to get through. But I'm going to try to get through them because we didn't need these 2 hours. But, Lifetime, they just love to do this stuff. So we're going to start off with Katina and Elijah one. They were the first to go in the hot seat. Of course, they talk about everything they went through in their little 2 months journey. And just from the body language and from the talking and toning, I see Katina got a little more assertiveness, a little bit more backbone, because she, as Elijah one would talk, she'll be like, she'll cut him off and say, well, I'm going to say it. And I'm like, okay, Katina, all right. I see you letting Elijah one know, like, you had your time to shine. Now it's my time to shine. Looks like next week he gonna be saying something to that effect, like she does what she wanna do and don't care about nobody else. But you know how they do. For the producers trying to make it seem like one way, but it's really the other way. Okay, but anywho, I guess she wanted to explain herself of why he said that what she cooked wasn't edible. I guess she tried to make air fried chicken and it wasn't fully cooked, so he couldn't eat it literally. So that's why he said it wasn't edible. So there was not like a recipe you could look up to see how long you to leave the chicken in the air fryer, Katina. That could have been easily solved. Okay, but that was her excuse, and I guess now Elijah Wan don't expect her to cook every night, so they be going out sometimes because she likes the aesthetics of a restaurant and whatnot. And I'm like, is that really the reason? Like, because you calm down on that, Elijah Wan, or are you just afraid to get salmonella again? If that's the case, that's fine too. But let's be honest here. You were afraid for your life. She almost killed you. So you said, you know what? I'm gonna stick beside her, even though she don't know how to cook. We'll just go out to the restaurants. That's fine too. But Kevin asked Elijah Wan, can he give Katina any validation? They probably planned this. He probably told Kevin, look, listen, I got her this. Can we try to make something in the segment where I can have my opportunity to give this to this wasn't something on the whim. Okay, this was planned out. So that's why Kevin asked, can you show her any type of validation? So that's when he's told her some feel good stuff. I didn't write it down. I don't even remember what he said. He got on one knee, and I went like this. Oh, you about to pull a Steve, bro? No, not even Steve. Not even Steve. No. Let's go back. Let's go back to season 11. Because if I remember correctly, Woody did this on the reunion. So, no, yeah, let's go back to season 11. Okay, New Orleans, Woody and Monty, okay? America's favorite couple from Married at First Sight. Yeah. Didn't he propose or get on one knee for Amani during the reunion? So you trying to pull that? Okay. Yeah, no, it's not working here for me, Elijah, because I'm like, been there, done that, do something original. But okay, whatever. I guess it was cute for what it was. Goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. And, pulled out the ring. Katina's just like, oh my God. I don't know who had more of a gasp reaction, Katina or Noi. But I'm going to say Noi because Noi was actually crying. Katina made it look like she was crying, but ain't no tears came down her face. She was not ruining her makeup for nothing. So she was just like, she was hiding her face for the longest, making it seem like she wasn't even crying because no tears were coming down. But oh my gosh, like she didn't realize it was gonna happen. Even though I think she realized it was gonna happen. That makes no sense, but neither does the show, kind of. So she was gasping. She was like, everybody told me not to stick beside him. But something in my gut told me to stick beside him. And I did. So then he talking, oh, you didn't listen to nobody with the Twitter fingers. So, I appreciate you for that. You stuck by me. She a real one. Okay. And I guess that confirmed what Kevin was going to ask next, if they're still together. Katina said she loved him. He said he loved her. She said that's the first time she said it. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time he said it too. But you still said it first. which is, I mean, it's not terrible, Katina, but I'm just like, listen, y'all can stay together. That y'all do what y'all do. We knew you was gonna stay beside him, Katina. Like we already knew that. They didn't. No one wanted you to, but you gonna do it. You gonna stay beside him. You gonna do whatever. So listen, you like it, he likes it. Then it is what it is. All we can do is just comment and talk about it and show our opinions on it. But at the end of the day, it's y'all relationship, so y'all do what y'all want to do. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here and comment. That's it. And this is all it is. This is all my opinions. That's it. And this ain't no facts. It's just opinions. So it is what it is. So Elijah, he sold his house. They living together in an apartment. I was thinking, didn't you live with your brother or something? Didn't he say he lived with his brother? Where he at? He got kicked out or he moved out before you sold? Like what that situation looking like? But it is what it is. They live in an apartment. Where they see themselves 5 years from now having a kid, at least one, and just moving forward in a relationship and whatever. And that's it. That's it with them. Congratulations. We move on to Chris and Alyssa. Don't know why we're having a segment for them. They really didn't need a whole segment for them. They could have just done 2-3 minutes. But no, it was a whole segment. So they talk about everything that had been going on. Not in their 8 weeks, more like their 2 weeks, if it was even 2 weeks. And Alyssa wants to make some. Listen, I don't be listening to nothing. Listen, I don't listen to nothing Alyssa be trying to say. But she had to make it known of some PSA. She want to make known that she was in it for the right reason. She was genuine. And unfortunately, she didn't get her person that she wanted. And she just acted in a way that, she's not proud of right now. And she still doesn't see how her and Chris was compatible. But how would you see if you were compatible or not if you didn't give it a chance, Alyssa? But, you can't ask her that because then she's going to cry and say she's a good person and that she really did try. Because she's, woe is me, Karen. Chris, Chris, my dog, he says it's all about how you treat people. And he admits, had he seen all that she was saying throughout the honeymoon, all that stuff, he would have ended it a long time ago. Like sooner than when he ended it. Chris, yeah, that's nice and all. People could applaud you for that. But the moment when she was talking to the producers on the tennis court, talking about, I hate him. She wasn't whispering this, She was, I hate him. Was you not on the same tennis court? You couldn't hear that from 20, 30 feet away from where you were standing, sir? Okay, but anywho, he said he would have ended up a long time ago. Okay, that's nice and everything, Chris. He said she wasn't worth his time. Okay, I'm glad you see that, and that's great. She's not worth nobody's time. She's not worth our time right now. She's not worth America's time. Okay, but here we are, watching her because she was part of the cast, trying to make every little bit of coin that she can make for this damn show. Yeah, so Kevin asked her why she go on the honeymoon though, if she felt like the way she felt from the beginning, like from the wedding night. And she said she felt like she had to go. No one forced you, Alyssa. You wanted to go to experience Puerto Rico. They went to Puerto Rico. I don't know. To experience the vacation, to be out of your state, to go to another country. It's not because you felt like you were forced to, because nobody wrapped your hand in saran wrap. I don't know why I'm using that as an example. No one forced you. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get at here, folks. No one forced her to go. She willingly went. Okay, no one put handcuffs on her and Chris said, y'all gonna stick together and go to this damn honeymoon. No, you went because you wanted to go enjoy your life and live your little best life over there. And you was gonna find any way you can to go there. So I don't want to hear it, Alyssa. Now she's saying she didn't come for the experience, but to find her person. Alyssa, girl, please. You said it yourself. You want to live the experience. You know, Even Chris said it's not, she didn't say journey anymore. She said experience. They pulled the receipts from that too. So listen, all this rah rah you talking, nobody cares. Nobody believes you. You could make it, you could try to save face, but at this point, you done too much damage in your 2, 3 episodes on this show. We're done. We're over it. So we could care less what you got to say. Um, Kevin asked Chris, was it hard to make your decision? Chris said no. It wasn't hard at all. You sure, Chris? Because there were so many times you was thinking like, should I stay or should I go? And it took you a while before you said go. And I think it only took you talking to your one friend who told you like, bro, like, don't even just get out. Just be done, bro. Like this is like, why are we still here? Why am I on the camera right now? You should have been left. So it took you some time, Chris, but it wasn't too hard for you to figure it out. But it did take a little bit of time for you to figure it out at the same time. But moving on with their relationship, obviously they're not together. So Alyssa's just trying to do better, as she says. Chris said he's dating and working on growing his business. So that's all it is. And Chris, listen. After this whole thing, you gonna get DMs just like Michael gonna get into his DMs on and popping, even though he already have his eye on somebody. And that's who we're going to next is Jasmina and Michael. So they talk about everything they went through for the 8 weeks, and Kevin asks if they're still together. They're like, goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. They say they broke up. Michael said he called Jasmina to break it off because it just wasn't working out. Jasmina feels like she put in more work than he did, asked him to come over. I guess they had some type of argument about who's putting in what effort. And at the end of the day, technically Jasmina didn't even have romantic feelings for him. So it dissipated. Listen, we saw it coming. It ain't nothing new. Okay. They could make all the explanations and talk about it. But at the end of the day, Kevin called it out. Jasmina wasn't feeling him from jump. And I guess she kind of admitted that. But Kevin also said, listen, you friend zoned him from jump. And she's like, but he is like a great friend. And yeah, you can say that, Jasmina, but that's not what we're here for. Like, we here for marriage. She wasn't trying to do all that. Because once she saw him, that's why she was crying. Everybody done said she wasn't attracted to him. I tried to hold out hope. And, I was rooting for her so much in the first episode. But then she disappointed me so bad. And now I'm just indifferent to her. So, they're still in a good place regardless that they're divorced. Or getting a divorce, rather. And Jasmina's not dating anyone. She's just living life. Michael said he's not dating. He hasn't gone on a date. But he didn't want to answer the question. Was he, kind of eyeing somebody? He trying to not directly answer the question. But eventually he just said, yeah, I got my eye on somebody, but we haven't gone on a date yet. All right, that's fine too, Michael. Shoot, we know your DM's gonna be on and popping next week after you guys open up your Instagram stuffs again, because they wait till the end of the whole showing of the season before they open up their Instagrams and whatnot. So Michael, you gonna get it, okay? You gonna get DMs popping. If this one don't work out that you eyeing, you're gonna get plenty of other females who you'll be fine. Jasmina, you too, okay? Because you're beautiful at the end of the day. Got a little bit of a tude, but your DM's gonna be popping too, girl. I ain't worried about them, okay? As long as they're still, in a great place, that's cool. I can't say the same thing for the last couple, but hey, listen, that's all that matters. But when we go to introduce the next couple, Noy and Steve, Kevin he says America loves to see Steve and Noy together. Is he talking about South America? Because, I know for damn sure North America, I don't know about that, Kevin. Because, listen, I don't love to see Noy and Steve together. They was cute in their little outfit matching and stuff with the orange and his black suit and stuff. But, America loves No, you know who we love to see together, Kevin? Amani and Woody, Greg and Deanna, Austin and Jessica. We don't. Can notice they, nah, not really. No. We don't. We really don't know. No. But they're next to come out and they talk about what they've been going with, their little journey for the 2 months they've been on this show. They're still happily married. Steve wanted to make a joke like about that, Kevin. His deep ass voice about that, Kevin. But he shows Noise Ring. They still together. We already knew that. That's nothing new. Noise thinking about taking his last name, but she still hasn't 100% committed to it yet. Noy, please, you're gonna take his last name because if y'all have y'all 2-3 kids that you want, they all last name gonna be Moy, and you're gonna be the only one that doesn't. I feel like she's gonna be the type of person who's like, no, like all you guys have the same last name, and I want the same last name too. Now, low key, high key, because that's why I was like, no, we gotta get married because ain't no way I'm gonna be having your kids and my last name is different from y'all last name. No. We get married. I didn't forcefully make my husband marry me, but I'm just saying, I'm like, how I'm gonna have kids with you and we all don't got the same last name living on the same roof? That don't make no sense to me. But everybody do their own thing. I'm just saying for me, that's what I wanted. But no, hey, girl, please, you gonna change your name. You probably waiting for the Social Security to send you back your new Social Security card in the mail. Okay, please. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, so they're still happily married together. They're living together, but she still has her own place, and sometimes she sleeps at her place because it's so important for her to remember where she came from for living at her having her own place. She didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing, but. Steve is compromising with the job situation by giving himself a deadline. Now, when is this deadline, Steve? Like, a deadline to me is if he made a deadline to her today, August. That's a deadline. Now, is your deadline like 2024, 25? Because that's like years down the line. That's not really, that's a deadline, but that's not a deadline. That's. But, she seems like she happy. So, I guess Kevin asked how big Steve's bank account is. It goes to commercial for dramatic effect. Comes back from commercial for dramatic effect. He don't give the number, but said he showed her his plan and made her feel reassured by his financial responsibilities. You couldn't have done this like the first week that you guys were married. Because we had to have some type of drama on the show, right? But you could have been just showed her that if that's the case. If that's all it took for her to be like, okay, I'm good. Then you should have showed her the first week, Steve. I don't know, like, okay, whatever. So then they show a clip of Sriracha just hammering Steve, giving him a brutal interview about him not having no job. Steve handled it kind of well, but for me, I don't know. I might kind of been like, that's not for you to ask me. That's for Noy to ask me. And that's between me and Noy. But, I guess, Steve handled himself well. And then, who comes out? Because I was wondering, why they got 2 couches? Because the couples are sitting on one couch. Why we got the other couch? As for special guests. So Sriracha comes out. And I'm low-key questioning to myself, why? Why is she coming out for? Why is she here? Because he said people love Sriracha, and maybe, I guess I don't be checking social media for nobody. But, okay. But that still don't explain why she here. So people gonna see her for like 2-3 minutes? Okay, they asked her some questions and stuff. She loving the little fame of it all. She didn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing from what I took from what she was saying. She don't mind the attention she's getting from being on TV. So that's fine, whatever. She thinks Noy and Steve's relationship and marriage is cute. Okay, and she says that Steve talks condescending. Because she said the advice she gives is to speak up. I guess that's for Noy. And for Steve to stop speaking condescending to your spouse. Because he kind of sometimes sounds like he's talking at Noy. Excuse me. Well, Sriracha, I don't know if you've noticed, but your sister, she is annoying. And if she didn't act like a damn child getting mad over noodles and saying, I'm taking my dog and leaving, then maybe Steve wouldn't have to talk to her in a way that said, listen, this is not what we're going to do. We got to be adults about this. So him having an adult conversation and being very straightforward with her to let her know, listen, what we're not going to do is just get up and walk out the house just because we're mad that someone doesn't like your overcooked soggy ass noodles. That's not condescending. But you're gonna ride for your sister, I understand. But at the same time, let's be honest here. Had the roles been reversed, I don't think you'd be saying any of the things you're saying. We gotta be fair in this situation. But all right, whatever. They're just writing married life because she was only there for like 2-3 minutes. They asked how Steve and Nora are doing with their marriage. They're just writing out the marriage life and settling into the married life. Then we move on to the last couple. Mark the Shark and Lindsay. Train wreck of a marriage. They talk about their journey. Mark has lost weight, which Kevin mentioned in the beginning of the episode. But now that we saw him up close and personal, I'm like, yes, he did lose weight. He looked stuffed as hell in his suit with his little Converse on. But yes, he did lose a little weight. I just wish he would have chose a size or two more up of her suit. Like, we get you lost weight, so you're trying to showcase, like, look at my clothes all tight fitted. And like, yes, Mark, we see you lost weight. Congratulations, you look good. Not downplaying that or nothing. I'm just saying, you looked a little bit stuffed in your suit. Can we please go up a size or two? Listen, guys, we don't have to be so tight fitted in our outfits. Y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway. I'm just giving my opinion. It don't gotta be so tight, okay? To the point you look uncomfortable. Well, technically, he probably was uncomfortable from Lindsay because he was leaning all the way over this side, trying to be as far away from Lindsay as he could. You might as well have sat on the other couch, Mark, at this point. But okay, we're gonna get into. All right. So they're no longer together. And Mark explains they were working on renovating his grandma's house, but they had a big argument. Then week after week, it was just argument after argument after argument, to the point he just decided it was too much and he couldn't do it anymore. Now, Lindsay wants to make it seem like Mark done try to throw her out and just said, you need to leave my house. And she gave up her apartment that someone else was moving into that day when he kicked her out and said he's going to change the locks and whatnot. Mark was like, none of that happened. Lindsay literally threatened him and bullied him. That he's gotten bullied when he was younger, and that's the worst he ever got bullied in his entire life. Which I'm not. You might be on Mark. I'm not downplaying that. You probably, Lindsay she a train wreck in itself. So I'm not downplaying that, Mark, but I'm just still trying to figure out why you said yes after decision day. You knew this on decision day. All the shit she done did, you knew that. You knew she bullied the hell out of your ass. So that don't explain why you said yes after decision day. You can say all you want to, Mark, but at the end of the day, you still said yes and still try to make it work with this girl. So I don't feel bad for you, Mark, because you had plenty of opportunities to leave and run. Just like Chris ass who ran from Alyssa's crazy ass. You could have done the same thing, but you stayed. You stuck beside her for what? I don't know. But Lindsay trying to say she felt that Mark was using her. And then she want to pull out this damn letter that she wrote for Mark, saying all the shit she done did for him and that she made him better, got him a better job and whatnot. And she calls it the Lindsay effect. Well, Lindsay and your effect, have fun in fucking San Francisco, because that's where the hell she going. Yeah, have fun with all those people. trying to talk about, oh, she needs an intellectual guy. And she's usually not the smartest person in her relationship. So the fact that she was the smartest person in her relationship with Mark, she needed something different. So she couldn't find that in Boston. So she's moving to San Francisco because she feels like there's going to be a lot of intellectual guys over there. So then Kevin was like, that sounds like you're taking a little dig at Mark. Are you trying to say he's not intellectual? And she said, no, he's not. Yeah, he's not intellectual. See, I can't even say the word. He's not intellectual because he said yes to your ass after the decision day. Yes, that makes him stupid. But not because he's not smart. It's just because he's not smart with his relationship decisions. But Mark was like, okay, you can say all that, but that doesn't wash away all the terrible shit you done did to me. Because she's still in denial of all the crap she did to him. Because she ain't shit herself. She got the whole Karen haircut with like this. Like, girl, anywho. She said she's dating. That's cool. Mark said he's not looking for love right now. Lindsay done traumatized this man. This guy is like, listen, I'm going to need straight therapy for like 2 years to remove this PTSD I got from being with her ass for damn near 9 months. 9-10 months. No. Ooh, not 9-10 months. Sorry. 9-10 weeks. He said it was like 1 or 2 months after their decision day. But I'm just going to say 9-10 weeks of being married. Then the last question. The last question Kevin asked was, so are you guys going to stay friends after this? Lindsay said no. She doesn't want to be friends with Mark. She's like, that's not in her interest to do that. And Mark was like, he just wishes her the best. And that's where the first half of the reunion ended. Because we still got a whole nother episode, guys. We still got a whole nother 2 hours. 2 hours to speak with the experts and hear what excuse they got to say. To then talk with the experts and each couple separately, then to probably do the female separate and the guy separate, then to come back together as a whole group to end off the season of 14. Maybe that's it. I'm gonna see you guys next week. We got one more episode of this because after this I'm gonna need a break to decompress before season 15 in July. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe and comment. Let me know what you guys thought about all these damn couples. And Alyssa's ass, even though I kind of, everything she said went in one ear and out the other. But anywho, thank you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.